Welcome back to geocaching in the winter. It's not going to be fun. I'm not going to be able to film full-length videos anymore in a day. So from now on in the wintertime, I'm just going to grab the caches as I go and piece it together into a full-length video because it is wintertime. I don't have a lot of time. It takes longer to get places. I can't just stop and go and get caches. So I'm just going to start piecing them together. And for our first part of this video, there's a cache right over here. Yep, it's somewhere on the side of this rest area building. You can see why caching is going to be a little more difficult. Because if you watch my previous videos, a lot of the caches I find are on or right next to the ground. They're hidden in logs or they're light posts or there's something like that. So they're not going to be easy to find in the wintertime. I'm not going to go digging through the snow to find a geocache. Well, let's go over here and see what this one is. All right, so the hint on this is magnetic meter block, and the size is other. So the first thing I'm going to look at is for fake stickers, but I don't see any. I don't see anything in there that is real. With the size being other, who knows? These are the meters. Alright, I'm going to get to looking. I'll let you know when I find it. This is the first. You can't actually sign this geocache. It's underneath this. It's a QR code. This says scan me for points. But I'm going to log it. I'm going to scan it and see what it says. But there's our cache. That one was easy enough. I'm not sure if I'll find any more today because I'm only getting ones that are on my route. Because the company I've worked for 15 years got bought out. And they now have GPS tracking on my truck. So I can't just wander around and grab caches all day, which is why I have not been caching on the road. So, not sure if I'll find another one today, but you'll know right after this. So I grabbed that cache out in Howell, Michigan this morning, probably 6 or 7 hours ago. Since then, I've been all over Detroit, Flint, where else? I don't even remember where I was. Didn't think I'd grab another one today, but I was getting gas right there. And there's one right here. I thought it was going to be on the guardrail because it says magnetic. This is literally just called geocaching. And the description is a description of what geocaching is. And the hint says magnetic. So let's go find out where it is on here because I have no idea. All right, it's a micro container. Like I said, the description just says magnetic. So I have no idea. It's a level 2 difficulty. I don't know if it's on the underside of these. It was just found about a month ago. I have a feeling if I have to pull these up, I'm going to need 2 hands. Unless it's under here, which I doubt it, but I still need 2 hands. So I'll let you know. So I definitely needed 2 hands because you actually have to lift these plastic covers off. And the cache is sitting underneath it. A little fun one. Sees why it has so many favorite points. But let's get this log signed and get back in my heated truck because it's about 22 degrees out right now. All right, got the log signed. You literally, these plastic covers, you have to lift up and take this thing all the way off. And the cache is just sitting on top of the pole under there. Like I said, neat one. Probably not going to find any more today. Just saw that one while I was getting gas, but still fun. Let me know what you think. On to the next one, which will probably be tomorrow or later this week or God knows when. It's been a couple days. You know what I haven't gotten in a while? That's right. It's a 50-cent colonial, and it's in that light pole under a foot of snow. So let's go dig it out. Yep, the hint just says LPC. So let's knock all this off. And I'm going to need 2 hands to lift this. And only one of my hands has a glove on it because I can't film with a glove on. There should be a little film canister. Let's get her back in the truck and get her signed. This log is literally frozen solid with some pennies in it. Well, I just took a piece of paper and made a new log. My stupidity put the wet log in there, so this will probably get destroyed too. But hey, I signed a log and I'm putting it back. All right, log is back in there. easy enough, but apparently even light pole caches are going to be a pain in the butt in the wintertime, but knocked one off. That's 3 I've got this week when I used to get about 10 to 12 a day. So it's a little depressing. Can't cache as much, but on to the next one. It's finally starting to warm up outside because this morning that said -7 when I got to my first stop outside of Cadillac. It's another Monday. I grabbed 3 caches last week. There's another one here, this rest area right over here past the tree line. I've been meaning to grab it for a while. It's a dirt bike granny cache. If anyone lives in Michigan knows that she has like 10,000 caches around the state. And the only hint is PMD, which stands for pull me down, and it's somewhere right over here. I get pulled up in my GPS. We're going to wander over there and see if we can find this. We're about 250 feet away. No one's found this in about a month. There's 2 giant logs. You can't see them on camera because they blend right in with the snow. But there is a dog path through here. Looking like it's not that far ahead. You really got to watch your step. There's a little creek going down through here. At least if I break my leg, I can ice it really easily and make it numb the pain. I came after this one because the hint was PMD, pull me down. So I assumed it would be above the snow. The GPS is putting me... What are these logs right here? And I'm not digging those out of the snow. So we're going to check this tree in front of me. Wander around for a minute. But I'm not going to take too much time on this. See if there's anything on this tree that I can pull down. I'm not seeing anything right off the bat. But I'm definitely not going to be digging under those logs right there where the GPS puts it because I don't have gloves. So I've been walking around the tree for a minute. I don't see anything I can pull down. Let's wander over here and see if there's any other high objects. I've been looking up in every tree so far. There's one over here with a couple holes in it. You kind of see it behind me. I'm going to check there. If it's not there, I'm going to DNF this one because I'm already getting snow in my boots. The wonderful world of geocaching in the wintertime. Says pull me down. I don't see anything in that hole. I can see all the way through both of those holes. The GPS is bouncing all over the place. It lands around right there with that one tall skinny tree, but there's nothing in it. I might have to save this one until the spring, but I'm going to try one more tree quick. I see something up here in a nook of a tree that's about 30 feet up. I don't know, there might be a string attached to it. I doubt it. But yeah, this is the reality of geocaching in the wintertime. It was -7 degrees this morning. It's currently about 25 degrees out. Technically freezing, but not really to anyone who lives in Michigan. And yeah, I made it up to this tree. All right, I hit record and I didn't really hit record. It was not up in that tree. As I'm walking out of the woods, I can literally see it right there. That's a level 2.5 difficulty. And you can't even pull it down because then you just get snow falling on you. Yeah. But hey, we found it. I was about to give up. I was walking back towards the truck. Looks like it's just a log in there. Let's get her out quick. All right, log is signed. As I was actually reaching up to get it, all the snow that fell down was still on my shoulder and now hit me in the face, so I had to brush it all off. But got a log sign. It's going to go back in there quick. Just like that. Screw the lid back on. All right, easy enough. Only took a few minutes. At least I can find my way out of here. I don't know if you can see my footprints through the snow. Can't get lost in the wintertime. Kind of like it's easy to track animals if you're a hunter in the wintertime, which I am not. I prefer being on a boat when it's 85 degrees trying to catch some bass. But all right, back to the truck. Yep, there's the way back. Follow the footprints. You can't see the parking lot through that tree, but my truck is literally right behind it. And walking through the snow is completely exhausting, but I'm back to my truck. Heat's on, heated seats are on, and I'm getting back on the road. I'm not sure how many finds I'm going to have one of these videos. I just keep on adding them together, and once I hit 15 minutes, I'm going to upload a 15-minute video. It don't matter if it's just these 4. Of course, there's more. I'm completely out of breath. I got about 61 miles to go. Roads are good today. It's just really freaking cold. On to the next one. So it's been about a week and a day since I found my last cache. Roads last week were just completely treacherous. 1 lane, 2 tracks, taking me 50% longer to make it anywhere. But I was just driving through Rose City, Michigan, middle of nowhere. I barely ever come through here. And there's a 50-cent Colonial. I think that's what I grabbed last week. I'd have to go back and look. But it says LPC. But you know what? A geocache is a geocache. Let's get out and grab this. And obviously, no one has found this one in a while, because we're going to have to dig it out. Oh, look. There's a light pole. It's frozen to the pole. Give me a minute. Got her up. She was frozen solid. There's a lot of stuff in here, and I can't get any of that stuff out because the snow melted and refroze, and it's all froze to the piece of metal there. But let's get the cache. Even that Matchbox car is frozen solid to the steel, and everything under is frozen. But let's get this sign quick. All right, log your sign. To put it in perspective, that's my 4th cache in 16 days. I used to film a video a day finding 5 to 10 caches. But with winter sitting in, I started this video on December 1st. It is now December 16th. So in 16 days, I found 4 caches. That's why all the videos you're seeing up on the channel right now, it's still warm and I'm in a t-shirt. Right now it's warmed up to 22 degrees. It was, I think, 3 degrees this weekend. I didn't even leave the house near the Jordan. We just sat down and watched Netflix all weekend. But don't know when I'll find another one. Maybe this week, maybe next week, maybe next month. We'll see. You'll know now. We just grabbed that 50-cent Colonial earlier today, probably about an hour and a half ago. As I'm about to get on the highway, I stopped to get gas. And once you know, there's a guardrail cache right here. The hint doesn't say magnetic. It just says don't push the cache in too far because you might not be able to get it back out. So it's going to be in one of the nooks or crannies or... yeah, nooks or crannies. I don't know which one's a nook and which one's a cranny. I'm going to have to call that Tom guy from his English muffins and try and get a lesson. But until then, let's go find this. Yeah, it's going to be fun to get to. This snowbank's probably 4 foot tall. And I don't feel like breaking my neck, but it's probably going to be right in there. That didn't take long to grab. Got right over the hill, and it's a giant jar shoved in the end. Sorry for the wind, but there's not much in there besides a pen, beads, and some Jesus stuff. And this is not a glass jar, it's plastic, and it was in backwards because the instructions say to put the lid in first so it doesn't get stuck, and I had a hard time getting it out. So we're going to put the lid in first and leave it just like that. And there's how deep the snow is. My pants are covered all the way up to the knee. All right, that might be a whole video. I don't know. Should I put a promo in here for Upside? Hey, sign up to Upside. Code RE4ME. Link in the description. I got to finish driving. I got about 3 hours back to Grand Rapids. Till then, on to the next one. Deuces.